So we're very proud of the work that we've done in Broward County. It has been 12 years. Because we were the model for the legislation, I certainly didn't think, but I don't know, we never applied for any grant money. To this day, we really don't get any state aid. We have diverted over 7,000 individuals out of the Broward County Jail, many of them going back to work, to college. I had 2 individuals that were homeless actually meet through the mental health court. We do have our own residential homeless treatment facility dedicated to the court. We received that I think it was in the year 1999. And it's a fabulous, nurturing, award-winning forensic facility called the Cottages in the Pines, run by Henderson Mental Health Center, who is our largest mental health center in Broward County. And 2 individuals there who were homeless and going through the jail system met, got married. The woman went on to get her master's in mental health counseling. She's now an intensive mental health community case manager in the community. And these stories of recovery are endless. We've had artists, engineers, nurses, accountants, political prisoners, artists, secretaries, medical assistants. I think the face of mental illness, I thought I knew the faces of the mentally ill when I started this work, and I couldn't have been more surprised as we kept getting further and further along in our own experience. We work very, very meagerly, but we have tremendous power because of the devotion of our community stakeholders and the extreme, again, shared vision that we're just not going to participate in discrimination. We're not going to participate in the jailing of individuals that are ill. We'll at the very least, do everything we can to avoid it, prevent it, and correct it. And that's really essentially, I think, our story. We have been observed and monitored by delegations from all over the country and the world. Human Rights Watch came down many years ago and identified the Broward model as a strategy to avoid the increased criminalization of individuals in U.S. jails and prisons. In one of their published reports that they did called Ill-Equipped many years ago. And I was appointed to the President's New Freedom Commission under the Bush administration as a result of this work. And it's been extremely rewarding as a judge to be able to deliver social justice on this level. I think that to be able to do this kind of work is, it has been at times, I think, extremely risky. You are always subject to criticism and I'm not sure what the word is, but anytime I think that you're trying to promote social change, there are individuals, quite frankly, for various reasons, or systems, or agencies, or cultures that really are not ready necessarily to accept social change. And so the transformative efforts, the reform efforts, can be very difficult. It does take a lot. It takes a lot of energy, it takes a tremendous, intense amount of passion, and along the way, you do have to, field some tackles, so to speak. And I think that anybody that breaks through and does some different kind of work, experiences those kind of conditions. I think that watching and being able to talk to family members, particularly when their loved ones, their children, have been desperate for help, and really talking to them about hope and being a hopeful force through this process has been probably one of the most amazing experiences that I have had. Certainly as a judge, and much more so than an advocate or as an attorney. I think that to be able, particularly as a woman, coming into the judiciary, wanting to deliver justice or social justice in a civil rights aspect, and then actually being able to do it and do it every single day, even if at times it's gritty, ugly, painful, dark, unpleasant, frustrating, has been, I think, I will always be very grateful to be able to do this work. And particularly for those family members when they're realizing for the first time that their son or daughter, maybe they're 19 years old or 20, and they've got their whole life ahead of them, and all of a sudden, something's happening and they can't figure it out, and their son or daughter is acting strangely or bizarrely or not making sense, and one thing leads to another, and sometimes it takes a couple of crises, and maybe somebody has to get arrested, and then all of a sudden they are confronted with this horror, this medical horror, that their son or daughter is schizophrenic. And to these families, they come into the courtroom and they are just frightened beyond belief. They don't believe there's necessarily hope. Their lives are absolutely shattered. And we have, I think, from all the individuals over time that we have seen, it's this particular dynamic for us. I speak for really all of my court staff, that we are just moved, beyond belief, because we know that treatment works. And we have this unyielding, unqualified, abiding belief in recovery. We believe in our hearts and in our souls, and we communicate it every single minute in that courtroom, that recovery is possible, and you could have your dreams, and you could have your visions, and you could find love, and you could have a family, and that mental illness, with all due respect, is not really a big deal so long as you receive the care and services that you need. It's when you don't get the treatment that life starts to derail. And so with that belief and that creed, we, I think, have been warriors for recovery, and knowing that, the vision always, endings are beginnings in our courtroom. And, we start out with, what's your dream? What's your vision? What did you want to do when you were little? Because you can do it. You can do it. Let's just take it one step at a time and start to engage and move through recovery, and you're going to be okay. And it works. And it's been miraculous.